आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Prove that the locus of the point of intersection of the normals at the end of the system of parallel chords of a parabola is a straight line and which is normal to the curve. So first of all, we can consider the chord PQ and join chord PQ, join point P, when we can consider this point as A, T1 square and comma 2A T1, and we can consider this second point Q as A T2 square comma 2A T2 on parabola. And as we all know the equation of parabola, and we can consider like y square is equals to 4ax, and then slope. So then after we should find the slope of this line PQ is m. We can consider the slope of this line is m, and as we all know the formula, so which will be 2a t2 minus t1, okay, y2 minus y1 and upon x2 minus x1, so t2 square minus t1 square, and this will be equals to 2 upon t2 plus t1, because a say we can cancel out and t2 minus t1, then after this denominator will be a plus b, a minus b, and this whole t2 minus t1 is directly cancel out with the denominator t2 minus t1. That is how this t2 plus t1 is the remainder in denominator. And then point of intersection of normal at point P and Q, we can consider, let's say R. We are considering, so that's why I'm letting this point R. So the points of R will be, 2a plus a t1 square plus t2 square plus t1 into t2 comma a t1 t2 t1 plus t2, and which will be equals to h comma k, okay, according to the equation, because we should consider first so that we can find out easily. And then after, if we are going to put this value, then it will be look like h minus 2a, because we are comparing this x coordinate with this x coordinate. X minus 2a will be equals to a t1 plus t2 whole square. Okay, why we are writing whole square? Because t1 square, t2 square and t1 t2, if we'll add 1 t1 t2, so and subtract 1 t1 t2, that is how we are writing this t1 and t2, because a plus b square is t1 square t2 square plus 2 t1 t2, and minus this t1 t2 will get this value. Okay, that is why we are writing, and minus t1 t2. Okay, and then after we can compare k, which is equals to a t1 t2 and in bracket t1 plus t2. And if you are going to find out this value of t1 plus t2, then we are just simply adding both of them, then we'll get 2 upon m, because we need to find in this format. Okay, and then after if we will take this h minus 2a, so this will be equals to 49 upon m square minus, 4a upon m square minus A T1 and T2, and at the same time K is equals to, this K is equals to minus 2A upon M. So this one is M, yeah. So then after, because H and K are the main points, so that is why we are considering this. So 2A upon M into T1 into T2, because T1 T2, because we have already found this T1 plus T2 is equal to 2 upon M, and then after Mk upon minus 2 is equals to A T1 T2, because we are simplifying both the equation. That is how we'll get this thing. Then H minus 2A, which will be equals to 4A upon M square, and plus Mk upon 2. And now we are going to take this, and then after, because x and y, because we need to put x and y in this equation now. That is how we can easily, because h and k say we can easily compare x and y. So that is why we are putting x at the place of h and y at the place of k. So x minus 2a is equals to 4a upon m square, and plus my upon 2. So that is how we can find y. So y is equals to 2 upon mx minus 4a upon m. So this is our second equation, because 4a upon m and minus 8a upon m cube, because we need to compare this equation now. As we all know, the general equation will look like y is equals to m dash x minus 2am dash and minus am dash cube. So we can easily say, if we are comparing both these equations, so we can easily say where m dash is equals to 2 by m. So locus, that is what we need to find. Locus of this point R is normal to the parabola. So that is what we need to prove. Thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।